What up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and with us doing a lot of Masters boxes and remastered boxes for this Master and Remastered May, I couldn't let the patrons have all the fun, right? So today I am going to open up a double Masters 2022 draft box for me. Many of you know I love Double Masters 2022. I've actually opened up a ton of this product, and if you're thinking to yourself, like, well, don't you, like, haven't you had enough of it? Like, aren't you tired of opening it? The answer is absolutely not. So let's just get right into it. I hope to open some fun stuff today. All right. As of the filming of this video, these Double Masters 2022 boxes continue to ascend in price. I think they're currently like $335 now. Is like the going rate for them. Old enough to remember when these boxes dipped down to the low twos. It was a glorious time. But that being said, Double Masters 2022 has aged incredibly well. It has received the benefit of like several unbannings and gifts ungiven and Green Sun Zeniths and a couple other cards like Verena Verena Lich Queen becoming popular. So it is definitely aging well. All right, what am I on the hunt for today? I would love to see a Mana Vault today. That's what I would like to see. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna like be mad about like Imperial Seal and some other stuff, but if I had my pick of mythics today, I would love to see a Mana Vault. Here we go. Start off with a Mythic Aurelia, the War Leader. Not bad. I think Aurelia is pretty good. Gosh, I haven't checked on this in a minute. I'm going to say $7 or $8. I could be wrong. About a double mythic pack, though. Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. Hey, that's not bad. Emmy is a pretty good mythic. I would like to see this unbanned in Commander. Is that too much to ask? I think Emrakul's like, I could be wrong again, 15 to 20. And that will do it for that pack. I'll just put all the... There we go. Start off with a double mythic pack, first pack of the box. Not terrible. Not terrible. Tons of good rares in this set. Teferi's Protection, Force of Negation, Phyrexian Altar, like all 50 plus now. Or around. Hey, a borderless foil Blood Artist. That's kind of cool. That is pretty sweet. Cold Steel Heart, beautiful foiling on that. Anguished Unmaking. Anguish seems to be one of those cards like that just like floats up and down. Like sometimes it's right below $3, sometimes it's like $5, $6. I'm gonna guess it's above $3 right now. And Borderless Coiling Oracle, and that will do it for that pack. Okay. Typically should get around like 7-ish mythics per box. Usually around 6, 7. Okay. Rare is Surgical Extraction. Surgical Extraction is probably also right around the $3 mark. It seems to float up and down right around there. Kind of gaining steam again. Greater Gargadon as the other rare. We should get about 3 to 5 borderless cards, borderless rare or mythics per box. The real hit is like if you can pull like a really nice borderless mythic. And there is potential, not often, but potential for a borderless foil mythic as well. Imperial Seal would be nuts. Mana Vault would be awesome. Rare is Abzan Ascendancy. Next rare is Teneb the Harvester. It is a big set. Borderless Terminate, cool. It is a Borderless Spell Pierce, sure, keep it going. It is a big set. It is a big mythic sheet, so there is plenty of swing and miss on there as well. It's not all roses. Devoted Druid, Emissary, rare. Oh, hey, there's a good one. Damnation. That is a pretty good rare. Damnation, probably 18 to 20. We don't dislike that. Not even a little bit. That's awesome. That's huge. Spider Spawning, Conclave Mentor, Body Double. Oh, man. I love me some Damnation. Very, very happy with that. All right. Next rare is Backdraft Hellkite, followed by a Splinter Fright. All right, I think Splinter Fright got downgraded to uncommon. Shadowborn Apostle, still like a buck or two as a common. The nice thing about Double Masters 2022 is we've mentioned some of those top-end mythics already, and there are a pretty good abundance of them, but there's so many strong rares in the set that rares can absolutely carry a box as well. I assume that's, well, not assume, that's definitely part of why these boxes continue to go back up in price as well. Vampire Sovereign, Last Breath, and an Atla Palani Nest Tender, followed by a Prized Amalgam. Nice Cold Steel Heart, Flicker Wisp. That will do it there. All right, we are approaching the end of our first column. This is the last pack of our first column. We pulled 2 mythics out of the first pack, and we've not seen one since, which is okay. A lot of ball game left. But I do find this product to have like a pretty high floor, which is also one of the reasons that I consistently come back to it. I find it has like a pretty high ceiling between, I mean, again, you have a $100 plus mythic. I think Imperial Seal is like 110 now. I think Mana Vault's up to like 70. So like there are some high value mythics in this set. But I think the floor is also pretty high as well. Oh! Yeah, that'll get it done. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a foil Imperial Seal. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Well, have I mentioned I like Double Masters 2022? If not, let me tell you about why. That's so good. All right. Followed by a Vidalcan Orrery, which has also probably got some value. I'm going to say 5 to 8. And a, Thrumming Stone. Another really good rare. I think Thrumming Stone is like 21 bucks right now. Well. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sleeve up that Imperial Seal right now. That is huge. Typically, probably like 2 foil rares per box, and again, sometimes you hope like one of them is maybe like a borderless mythic, but I am not upset about a foil Imperial Seal. That is beautiful. Let's go. Okay, box is good. Box is already good. All right. So high floor, high ceiling. Not that you can't have swing and miss boxes. We've had some. But I think bang for buck, $3.30 a box is tough. Like, I'm not trying to sell you on, like, you can't miss. Like, you can miss, especially as the price continues to go up. But for what these boxes bring and the assortment of them, Hardened Scales in the borderless, kind of cool. Hardened Scales is, it was reprinted on the Enchanted Tales list out of Wild Cell, and it doesn't see as much modern play anymore. But still a good card. Still obviously very good in Commander counters decks as well. Probably the borderless. I'm gonna take a guess and be wrong about this, but I don't know, $5. Strangely, I think Creekwood Liege might be over $3 now. I'm, against my better judgment, gonna put it up top because I don't think any. I think all of a sudden like a couple of the lieges have kind of creeped their way up, and I think that's one of them. But I'm not 100% on that. Okay. That was the first pack of the second column. We already have ourselves a foil Imperial Seal, Thrumming Stone, and Damnation as really solid rare hits as well. All right, Lightning Helix. God's willing. How about another mythic? It is Azuri, Claw of Progress. That is not a particularly spicy mythic, just so we're clear. Yeah, all right. It is a mythic nonetheless. I guess I was probably overdue on Azuri. It's been a while since I pulled one of these, but it is not one of the mythics you generally want to see. Rune of the Hidden Realm. And that will do it there. All right. That is four mythics in total. However, one of those was, of course, foil. It's a really good foil. So we'll probably have, I don't know, at least three or four more mythics in this box, I would say. And we should still be live for probably at least 2 to 3 more borderless cards. Rares or mythics. Foil Lightning Bolt. Hero of the games. Gravecrawler. Hey, Gravecrawler's good. It's a solid rare. We like that. And Obnixilis Unshackled. This is also one of those cards that might secretly be creeping up. I'm going to put it up top. I could be wrong about that. Rakdos Carnarium Borderless. Thought Scour and Rampant Growth. Wow. Borderless in that pack. Pretty good. All right. Approaching the halfway point in this box. We've already knocked it out of the park because of the foil Imperial Seal. But would not mind hitting a couple of those other real spicy hits that we've talked about already. Titan Strength. Capture Sphere. Rare is Grand Arbiter. Grand Arbiter, I think, is like... I think this card's up to like $8. 6 to 8. Karavek the Merciless. I have a strong affinity or a love for that card. Karavek might have been like my first commander back in the day. In all that, we should still be live for at least one more foil, rare, or mythic as well. Probably, likely a rare. And a couple more borderless cards still too. Mythic Ulamog, let's go. Oh my goodness, that is another really, really good mythic. Ulamog's got to be in the 30s. That's a good hit. That's a really good hit. We like spaghetti monsters around here. Nim Deathmantle, a card that I also was like one of those cards that feels like it floats like right around like the $3 to $4. I will put it up top. Could be wrong about it, but tends to float in that value range. Borderless Mentor of the Meek. So we got another borderless back here. Kasali Pride Mage. And that will do it there. I'm not going to cover up the seal, but if we get a Kozilek in this box and we just complete the Spaghetti Monster cycle, I will not be upset or offended by this. Okay, 3 packs left in this middle column. What are other rares? Smothering Tithe, Divining Top, and Green Sun Zenith would all be very valuable rares that I haven't mentioned already. Skin Render. Borderless Foil Spell Pierce. Kind of neat. Rare is Arjun the Shifting Flame, followed by a Rafik of the Many. Ooh, Borderless Lightning Bolt. Love that. Cool. All right, 2 packs left. We're at 5 mythics for our count. Got a couple of the solid rares. When I say solid, like Damnation, that's really selling Damnation and Thrumming Stone. Selling it short. Those are high-level rares. Here we go. Skeleton Archer. Fiery Fall. Rare is Colligan's Command. Little K command. Followed by a Nicobolus God Pharaoh. I do like Nicobolus. Is not going to be one of your more valuable mythics, but still a very solid mythic nonetheless. And, a few bucks. It almost feels kind of weird putting Aurelia in that pile over there, Borderless Swift Spear, because I think of those cards, of these particular mythics, Aurelia is clearly the winner. All right, last pack of the middle column. Agony Warp. Ooh, foil Shadowborn Apostle. That's a couple bucks. Don't hate that. Dax Duplicate. And a Pillar of the Perunes. I don't know why I got it really excited. I thought it was like a City of Brass at first. It's fine. But at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, no, it's not City of Brass. Borderless Boros Garrison. Okay, heading into the last column of the box. Let's talk this out real quick. We have ourselves, on one hand, Aurelia, Nicobolus, and Izuri as kind of our, let's call it Womp Womp mythics. Aurelia doesn't really fit that mold, but compared to the other 3 mythics. On the other hand, we have a foil Imperial Seal, we have an Ulamog, and we have an Emrakul. From the rares standpoint, we have hit on Damnation and Thrumming Stone, which are definitely more valuable rares. We have a lot in this like $3 to $5 category, and then I think Grand Arbiters, again, it feels like, I think he's around like 6 to 8 right now. So as we hit this last column here, would be nice to see one of those impactful rares that we talked about, those top end rares. Again, whether it's Teferi's Protection or Force of Negation or like Phyrexian Altar. And hopefully we're live for at least 1 to 2 more mythics as well. Let's go. also probably, we only have one borderless rare. So we should be live for at least 2 more in that section as well. There's a second foil rare of the box. Well, foil, pack foil, rare / mythic. This is Alesha who smiles at death. Unburial Rites. Rare is borderless. A second borderless. It's 1,000 Year Storm. I'm gonna put it up top. It's probably not in that like expensive or valuable, but I love the artwork on it. Very rich coloring on it. Good card. And a Supreme Verdict, which is probably a few bucks as well. Uncommons Inquisition, Abzan Charm, and a borderless Orzhov Basilica. Okay. All right. Well, foil Rampant Growth is kind of cool. It's common. Tuskguard Captain. Rare is Boar Tusk Liege. Yeah. Zur the Enchanter. Okay. Nothing special there. Come on. Come on, box. Time to heat back up. Blazing Hellhound. Spark Mage's Gambit. Rare is... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I think Altar is pushing 50 at this point. I think it's like 48 bucks. That is definitely one of those tier 1 rares we were talking about. Beautiful pull. Excellent pull. Mercfiend Liege. I cannot remember if this is one of the lieges that floats around that $3 to $5 range. I'm going to put it at the bottom, and I admit I might be wrong about it. Nevertheless, Phyrexian Altar is huge. That is absolutely huge. That and the seal doing a lot of work. Okay. Cryptic Spires. Got ourselves a Gruul Turf, followed by a Deranged Assistant. Mythic Lord of Extinction. Not like tier 1. In fact, probably not tier 2, but also not completely terrible. I don't know. That's not high praise. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't hate the card. It's actually a fun card. Power toughness equal to the number of cards in all graveyards. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like trample, you know. But hey, as a commander card, not bad. Lord of Extinction it's a few bucks. A Restoration Angel after that. Regular borderless Blood Artist. Getting 2 borderless Blood Artists in the same box. There's another Shadowborn Apostle. Is not bad. And we had a borderless Lightning Bolt in there as well. All right, we have 4 packs left. We are now at 7 mythics total, one of them being, of course, the foil. Could we still be live for one more, though, because one was foil? Here we go. Augur Spree. Dark Dweller Oracle. Rare is Assassin's Trophy. Assassin's Trophy probably right around $3. I do remember when that card first came out. It was like a, Ravnica, Guilds of Ravnica? It's like a $25 card at one point. Elsha of the Infinite. And that will do it there. 3 packs left. Any added juice in this box? Foil Uncommon Body Double. Glow Spore Shaman. Rare is Forbidden Orchard. Orchard's pretty good. Orchard is probably, again, that $6 to $8 range. That's a solid rare. And Mind Rack Liege. Summer Bloom. Borderless Burning Tree Emissary. We've gotten a lot of borderless cards in this box for the uncommons and commons. Seems like more than normal. All right, 2 packs left. Come on. Just me being super greedy at this point. And that's okay. Cryptic Spires. Aether Mage's Touch. Battlefield Promotion. First rare is... Yes! Green Sun's in. It's still sitting at like 32, I believe. That is definitely one of those rares that you would love to see from any box. You're not unhappy about this, and I am not unhappy about this. Perfect. That is a great pull. Huge. Followed by a Guided Passage after that. All right, here we go. We have hit the last pack of the box. This box has been great. This box is, obviously very aided by, anytime you pull an Imperial Seal, that does a lot of work for you. But even still, I'm not unhappy otherwise either. here we go. Annoyed Althasor. Living Lightning. Rare is Fire Song Sunspeaker. Sure. Second one is Planar Bridge. Planar Bridge. Okay. Borderless Demir Aqueduct. And that will do it there. So let's talk about this real quick. So, I will say, admittedly, if that seal isn't sitting there in front of me, this box looks completely different. Not train wreck, but it would definitely be hurting a little bit more because some of these gold mythics, right? But you know what? It is sitting there, so we do get to count it. We hit Ulamog, which is huge. We hit a foil Imperial Seal from the rares, hitting Altar and Green Sun Zeniths. They're probably two of the top 5 rares for sure. It's certainly the Altar. Thrumming Stone, Damnation, both sitting probably around $20. And then, again, just as one of the things that I appreciate about Double Masters 2022, there's just a ton of $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 rares. And I think that that's a mark of like a really good set, right? When, the hits are going to be hits, and those are always going to, you're going to have some fluctuation there. You're going to have some variance there. But as a foundation, if you have a bunch of rares in this set that are just $3, $5, $6, $7, that also really, really aids the floor of any box, which is, again, one more reason I like Double Masters 2022. So that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. By all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.